I hereby declare this congregation open. Please be seated. Madam Mayor, members of council, graduates and guests, as Vice-Chancellor of the University and on behalf of all my colleagues assembled here, I am delighted to welcome you all today in the beautiful setting of the Royal Festival Hall as we celebrate the success of our graduates. And of course, a very, very special welcome to all of you wearing the distinctive Roehampton blue, red, and yellow academic dress. The reason we are here today, the only reason we are here today, is well known to all of us on this platform. It's your hard work. You have sat the exams, you have written the assignments and the project reports. We have been demanding, and you have delivered. I would also like to say a special welcome to Professor Benjamin Zephaniah, who will be awarded an honorary Doctor of Letters during the course of the ceremony. Degrees today will be conferred by Professor James Jacqueline Wilson, the Chancellor of the University. We are very fortunate to have Jacqueline as our Chancellor, someone who is, I am sure, as well known to you as she is well known to millions of people around the world, as one of this country's best known and best loved children's writers. Jacqueline has been a close friend to the university for many years, and it is a great honor to have her with us to confer the degrees today. I now call upon Professor Dame Jacqueline Wilson to give her opening address.
Let me start by expressing my own congratulations to all of you on successfully completing your degree. Whatever subject you studied and whatever award you're collecting at this ceremony, you've achieved a wonderful thing by getting here to this day. Graduating from university is a great achievement, whether this is your first degree, your master's or doctorate, and you can rightly feel very proud of yourself. The university is proud of you, and I've no doubt your family and friends are proud of you too. They too deserve our congratulations today and our thanks for all the help that they've given you. And I think we should recognise their part in all of this with a big round of applause. When I was growing up, I was an avid reader. I love the way that words and stories could transport you to another place and to another world. All that reading turned me into a writer. And as a writer, I understand that everyone has their own story to tell, and today marks a very significant chapter in your own. Standing here, I can't help but wonder what happens next for all of you. Where does your story take you? As a Roehampton graduate, I've no doubt that very good things will happen and that you'll go on to do wonderful things and really make a difference in the world around you. You may not realize it, but you've gained so many life skills during your time at Roehampton, in addition to all the knowledge gained from your course. And I'm sure many of you will reflect that you've changed from the person you were when you first joined us. You'll have learned more about being independent, about self-motivation and self-discipline. You will have become more confident. You've learned more about yourself and what you can achieve. And you will hopefully have also made many new friends, friendships that should last you many years to come, if not a lifetime. Today marks the end of your studies, for the moment at least, but it doesn't mark the end of our relationship with you. As a Roehampton graduate, you're warmly welcomed into the Roehampton Alumni Association. Within this community, you will find fellow Roehampton graduates now in successful careers who have committed their time to support, mentor, and advise recent graduates on their next steps. You can find out more about the mentoring scheme and the Alumni Association online. Whether you're clear about your next steps or not, the future may seem a daunting prospect, but don't let it be. Don't think you need to accomplish your goals in the next 5 years. Think of your immediate future as an opportunity to take action. So every person you meet, every conversation you connect with, and every leader you admire, take action and learn from them. 175 years ago, our first students, or women, of our oldest college, Whitelands, graduated with certificates in education and set out to become teachers. Our lives today are very different to those women, but one can imagine that they too may have thought about their next steps with a mix of trepidation and excitement. For those women and the many thousands of graduates over the last 175 years who've gone before you, the core values of our founding colleges have endured and informs our purpose today, providing the best education possible to everyone who can benefit from them, regardless of their background, understanding and improving our world through a spirit of curiosity and discovery, and helping our students develop the confidence, knowledge, and adaptability they need for a successful graduate career and a fulfilling life. Now, for some of you here today, graduation feels like an end. For some, a beginning. Whatever today feels like for you, be sure to follow your passion and your instinct. So once again, many congratulations and good luck for the future.
Chancellor, as head of the Department of English and Creative Writing, I present graduands for awards.
In the name and authority of the University of Roehampton, I confer upon graduands present and graduands in absentia first and higher degrees of the university.
Degree of the Doctor of Philosophy. Nicholas Lavery's thesis is entitled Prosthetic Minds, Representations of Consciousness in Contemporary British Fiction. He was supported in his research by his Director of Studies, Dr. Kevin McCarran, and his supervisor, Professor Sebastian Gross. Nicholas Lavery. Anne's thesis is titled Growing Sideways, Challenging Boundaries Between Childhood and Adulthood in 21st Century Britain. She was supported in her research by her Director of Studies, Dr. Lisa Sainsbury's, and her supervisor, Dr. Alison Waller. Anne Maluski. Tamara's thesis is entitled A Requiem for My Father. She was supported in her research by her Director of Studies, Professor Laura Peters, and her supervisor, Professor David Harsand. Tamara Wilson. Degree of Master of Arts. Mohammed Bastiki. Maria Jose Maldonado Fernandez. Lucy Brooke. Laura Hodgeveld. Alice Mendoza. Degree of the Bachelor of Arts, Shay Cummings. Gladys Jubain. Dina Sami Abdallah. Oluwanifemi Andrew Adebambo. Mirabel Emma Adam. Charlotte Amanda Ainsworth. Elif Akhtar. Winning the Sarah Turvey Award for Achievement, Yasmin Akhtar Kausar. Samatar Ahmed Ali. Euseba Catarina Almeida Rodriguez. Noah Oliver Ashley. Shazmina Aziz. Jacob Elliott Bathgate. Winning the Kathy Wells Coles Prize for Best Essay, Vivian Ruth Bertram. John Anthony Bernardino. Misha Blackwell. Philippa Rachel Blumhoff. Winning the Head of Digby Stewart College Award for Moral Courage, Belinda Elsa Bradley. Nicole Estella Bromley Nelson. Marianne Mohammed Abdi Bouchel. Zane Books. Maria Mumtaz Chowdhury. Catherine Cheetham. Fatima Zora Shrifi Aluawi. Thomas Alexander Cole. Hannah Darby. Matthew Delicate. Winning the HE3 Combined Honors Prize for the BA in English Literature, Imogen Elena Easton. Nadia Louise Elesawi. Isabella Maria Figueroa. Jade Sammy Lisa Fowler. Sophie Louise Gibbs. Molly Zofia Darling-Glinsky. Winning the single honors prize for the BA in English Literature and the dissertation prize for the BA in English Literature, Art Lawrence Gosling. Ella Gumus. Muhammad Hamza Harun. Rahma Hassan. Eleanor Hockey Smith. Yasmin Hen. Niasha Mika Hernandez. Amira Ibrahim. Alexandra Johnston Peary. Rose Verity King. Winning the single honors prize for the BA in Creative Writing, Christina Jonigsen. Harriet Ciel Simran Lahel. Loletta Yi Yan Lee. Andrew Jack Lewis. Maria Del Carmen Madison. Nayara Malik. Latoya Topanga Mann. Sarah Markovich. Vanessa McDowell. Sanette Wandu McConan. Shakira Janiera Mia. Eve Claudia May Miller. Faiza Ahmed Muhammad. Melissa Jade Healy Mully. Tijal Navnet. George Robert Neal. Helena Neofitu. Nafisha Mohammed Nulwala. The head of Digby Stewart Prize winner for the contribution to college community, Aaron Alexander Olk. Azra Banan Ozirale. Sarah Elizabeth Payne. Keanu Joshua David Price. Shaya Sipal. Yasser Yusuf Abdi. Rebecca Jane Shoulders. Charlotte Rose Smith. The combined honored prize for the BA in Creative Writing, Veselmoli Standav. Jessica Aurora Still. Jessica Stiles. Umayma Twijri. Kate Walker. Ellen Olivia Warren. Amelia Isabel Catherine Watson. Helen Marie West. Amy Louise Westfield. Sophie Elizabeth Wicks. Alexandra Amanda Woodhall. Ikram Abukar. Chancellor, this ends the conferment of awards from the Department of English and Creative Writing.
It is now my great honor to invite Laura to present Professor Benjamin Zephaniah for the award of Honorary Doctor of Letters. An honorary degree is an academic degree conferred by the university as a way of honoring a person's contribution or achievements in a specific field or to society in general. It is also known by the Latin phrase honoris causa, for the sake of honor. The degree is given typically as a doctorate, and at Roehampton, our honorees are nominated by a member of university staff or council and approved by Senate as the principal academic body of the university.
Graduands and honored guests. Our honorary graduand today is a passionate advocate for reading, an innovative and outstanding performance poet, an accomplished storyteller, a musician, an actor, a radio presenter, and a tireless advocate of numerous worthy social causes. He is well known for his dub poetry, which brought performance poetry to the fore of the intersection between music and poetry. He has given voice through his work to those who did not have a voice in mainstream poetry and writing. He has inspired reading for all, especially young readers, reluctant readers, and as he says, readers who are not in the room. He works tirelessly for causes that enhance community and bring people together. He is also Professor of Poetry and Creative Writing at Brunel University. I am pleased to present to you Benjamin Obadiah Iqbal Zephaniah. Let me tell you a little bit more about Benjamin. Benjamin Zephaniah was born and raised in Handsworth, Birmingham, England. As a child, Benjamin recalls living in a house that did not have any books, but was filled with his mother reciting Jamaican poems from an oral tradition. He left school at the age of 13, unable to read. His departure from school was largely due to a lack of understanding of how to support his dyslexia, and because of a curriculum which did not speak to his experience or acknowledge the cultural history of diverse peoples. This moment of departure ignited both his passion for reading and for giving voice to those who do not have a voice. As a young postgraduate student, I first heard Benjamin Zephaniah perform in 1988 at the University of Kent at Canterbury, and it was a transformative experience. Working within the oral tradition of poetry, Benjamin Zephaniah became one of the leading dub reggae poets. Behind his first collection, Pen Rhythm, was the desire to represent street politics and to challenge the dead imagery of poetry in academia. By bringing poetry to TV, Benjamin Zephaniah became a household name, reaching a large audience. He's gone on to publish and to perform 14 collections of poetry, to be listed in the Times list of the 50 greatest post-war writers, and to be third in a BBC poll of the nation's favorite poet. He's written poetry for children seeking to inspire their reading. His first collection was entitled Talking Turkeys. He has been poet in residence in such diverse places as Keats House in Hampstead and the chambers of Michael Mansfield, QC. He has written novels, 4 of which are young adult novels, the first one entitled Face in 1999. Throughout this whole process, Benjamin has asked himself, what books would I like to have read as a child? He is conscious that, he says, young people like their own books and not to share their books with parents. His overriding aim, he says, is to turn young people onto books, and that if young people feel that their experience is not represented, then he encourages them to write their own story. Benjamin Zephaniah is a profoundly and accomplished creative being. He's a musician. He's released 7 albums and 4 EPs. His first album, Rasta, featured the Wailers' first recording since the death of Bob Marley, and it was a tribute to Nelson Mandela. The tribute led to Benjamin Zephaniah meeting Nelson Mandela and hosting Mandela's Two Nations concert at the Royal Hall in 1996. He's written 7 plays. He's been awarded the BBC Young Playwrights Award. He's a radio presenter, a TV presenter, and an actor, probably best known for his 3-year stint as Jeremiah Jesus in Peaky Blinders. The work of Benjamin Zephaniah speaks strongly to Roehampton's social mission and diverse student body. Bringing literature to life and inspiring reading of all ages is central to the work of the Department of English and Creative Writing and to the National Centre for Children's Literature, which is housed within it. The emphasis on reading and oral history speaks to key research we undertake in this area. His work creating a We Are All Human exhibition in 2016 at South Bank, which exhibited artworks by prisoners, detainees, and ex-offenders, and his critical interest in the British legal system share the values of the prison reading groups founded at Roehampton. Benjamin Zephaniah's recently published autobiography, The Life and Rhymes of Benjamin Zephaniah, which has been nominated for 2 major prizes and is going to be made into a film by the BBC, is a story of courage, resilience, and social responsibility, qualities embodied by Roehampton graduates. Benjamin Zephaniah continues to find inspiration in live stories told in a remote Chinese village where he spends a great deal of his time. In his home in Lincolnshire, he's found fresh air to breathe and the ability to be self-sufficient as a vegan, growing his own vegetables. Yet his work is not done. He has said, quote, "When I turn 60, it's going to be so cool. I can turn into a Rastafarian comedian." Sadly, not yet. Acutely aware of ongoing social injustice, he carries on his responsibility as the self-described angry black poet, and in his own words, none of us are free until all of us are free. Chancellor, it gives me great pleasure to present Benjamin Obadiah Iqbal Zephaniah as eminently worthy of the degree of Doctors of Letters, honoris causa.
And I second everything that Laura said too. So, officially, in the name and authority of the University of Roehampton, I confer upon you the award of Doctor of Letters, honoris causa.
Thank you all very, very much. It really is a great pleasure being here today, and I must say that I've seen a lot of students in my time, but I've never seen so many students with such cool shoes as I've seen this morning. I just want to be a girl. But no, it really is a pleasure, and Laura Peters, I really want to thank you for that, well, for bigging me up. I think it's called a citation. But my mum just thinks I'm a naughty boy. But, you know, you all here today, I don't know you, but I do know that not so long ago, people like me and you weren't seen in universities. They were elite places for the chosen few, for the connected few. So you out there are really changing things. And in a time like this, when so many people in power are kind of promoting division, you know, we need educated people like you to pull us all together, wherever we are in the world. So it's really, really important that you understand how great it is to be educated now, and that it is a right, really. I want to tell you a little bit about my sister, because every time I think about universities, I do think about my little sister, Joyce. She, many, many years ago, because I am very old now, she passed a thing called 11+, and she went to grammar school. And when she went to grammar school, it was so unusual that the local newspapers had in their headlines, "Young black girl goes to grammar school." You know, it was such an unusual thing at the time. And then she did very well at grammar school, and then she went to university, and the newspaper came back again and said, "Young British-born black girl goes to university," because it was so unusual. She studied law, and my mother was completely against it. My mother just didn't understand the need to go to university. She said she should be making money like the rest of us were trying to do at the time. My route, my story is very different. As Laura said earlier, I'm very dyslexic, which is why I'm not reading any script. I just like to talk from my head, because if I start trying to read, I put so much energy into reading that I forget to speak from my heart. I struggled at school. I have a twin sister. When me and my twin sister went to our first school, this illustrates, I think, what things were like back then. When me and my twin sister first went to our school, to celebrate the arrival of me and my sister, the two young black kids, the children were told to go away and the next day to bring in their favorite gollywogs. Yeah. And I hope you people know what a gollywog is, because this was a really, really offensive thing. But that's how they celebrated the arrival of me and my twin sister. I didn't do very well at school for lots of reasons, which I don't have time to go into now. But I got kicked out of school when I was 13. It's called excluded now. Back in the day, it was called expelled. I prefer expelled. It sounds a bit more organic, you know. It sounds like a bodily function, you know what I mean? Benjamin Zephaniah, you are expelled. In those days, they didn't have pupil referral units or anything like that. We were just left on the streets. And so that meant that I got in trouble with the police and all these kinds of things. So it was a very, very negative time. But then I started to think for myself, and I started to understand the value of education. And then I went crazy on educating myself. I mean, I wasn't in school, but I would go into Sikh temples, I would go into Muslim mosques and churches and Jewish synagogues. I would go into universities and schools and just ask questions and try to educate myself in the best way possible. At the same time, I started doing my poetry on sound systems with reggae music and in community centres. And I started to take the knowledge that I was accumulating to express myself through my poetry. And I started to make a name for myself. And to a certain extent, it worked, because now I'm a professor of poetry, and things are going so well that I've actually got an honorary doctorate from Roehampton University. I mean, how good is that? It really is great. But why I'm so proud of this, and I have a couple of honorary doctorates that I've accepted before, but why I'm so proud of this is because of my journey. And I know that if I spoke to every one of you, you've all got your individual stories of how you overcame adversity, family problems, study problems, concentration problems, all these things, political problems. I won't talk about Brexit. All these problems that we have upon us now that we've somehow got to overcome, and you've done that and got here today. It's quite an amazing thing. As I was watching you all come up, I was just thinking that I was quite nervous sitting there and looking at this big piece of gold here. But I was thinking that you all should have one. You know, you should all be given one. A solid gold mace for all of you. I start lecturing now, and when I stand in front of my students, one of the first things I say to them is that on paper, you are all more educated than me, on paper. You can have a great education, you can have the qualifications, but you need something else, and that's what I want to beg you to have. You need compassion, you need humanity, you need love, you need empathy, you still need curiosity, because it doesn't matter what degree you get, it doesn't matter how highly educated you are, you can never stop learning. So it's really important that you continue this journey. But right now, the world needs more love, more curiosity. And whatever you do in your lives, whatever job you take, if you go into teaching, whatever it is, please also try to have some poetry, some creativity, some music. Because it doesn't matter how hard you work, sometimes you just need to chill out. Just chill out. I'd like to end by thanking the Vice-Chancellor and the previous Vice-Chancellor, Paul, the Chancellor, the University Council and Senate for conferring this award upon me. It really is a great honor. I just feel like I'm just a humble poet, a humble street poet trying to express myself and trying to do it in the best way possible. And now I feel that I'm part of the family that you are part of as well. I just try and do it through poetry. I try to express myself. I think my job is to reach out to you, and I want to reach out and touch you all individually, but I know that's illegal. So an honorary doctorate will do. Thank you very much.
Chancellor, as head of Department of Media, Culture and Language, I present graduates for awards.
In the name and authority of the University of Roehampton, I confer upon graduates present and graduates in absentia first and higher degrees of the university.
Degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Kaveh Abbasian. Kaveh's thesis is titled Chronicle of Triumph, Iranian National Identity and Revolutionary Shieldiology, Morteza Vini's Sacred Defense Documentaries. He was supported in his research by his Director of Studies, Professor Michael Channon, and his supervisor, Dr. William Brown. Dinesh Gurung. Dinesh's thesis is titled Nepali English Code Switching in the Conversations of Nepalese People, a Sociolinguistic Study. He was supported in his research by his Director of Studies, Dr. Eva Epler, and his supervisor, Professor Anastasia Zabrdastia. Degree of Master of Arts, Marine Champouret. Lisa Covello. Vera Eder. Linda Lapini. Meider Sizoen Kotanda. Luis Lombard. Mattia Piersanti. Laura Previtale. Zelishko Radic. Marina Alexandra Silva Ribeiro. Marina Sala Planels. Ana Vaquero Martín. Carly Webster. Janina Rebecca Kaus. Catherine Ablard. Maren Detlefsen. Zoya Istiak. Degree of Bachelor of Arts, Abdullah Abalkhail. Southland's Student Leadership Award, Hannah Louise Abbott. Letitia Abuyun. Olumiyawa Adekotunvu Adekunle. Tansim Ahmed. Koshin Ahmed. Jeffrey Oseakoto. Abraham Al-Daudi. Joshua William Alderman. Madeleine Rose Algar. Dominic Christian Asemakis. Paula Alonso Montes. Nicole Nis Anka. Zakaria Demos Apostolou. Christopher Roberts. Christopher's thesis is titled The Appropriation of Dramatic Television Elements in Contemporary British Current Affairs Broadcasting, Narrative, Characterization, and the Presence of Primary Definers, a critical discourse analysis of Panorama's coverage of the 2003 Iraq War. That's a long title. He was supported in his research by his Director of Studies, Dr. Paul Rickson, and his supervisor, Dr. Ben Cocking. Sandra Gabriel Arada. Prize for Outstanding Contribution to Citizenship and Scholarship in Mass Communication, Deka Yama Ali. Thomas Barrett. Alexander Bauer-Borsecki. Jacob Kaliobiti. Jasmine Naviha Belait. David Tulupe Benson. Shahat Bhatia. Raphael Clement Peter Bishop. Katie Ann Blunt. Melinda Amy Boddy. Hannah Braxton. Brooke Lee Bridges. Hannah Louise Brown. Megan Rose Buckley. Zartash Bukhari. Laura Alexandra Busby. Georgia Bethany Castro. Natasha Georgie Chalupika Towers. Monica June Charsley. Oya Malge. Madison Lucy Chapman Nash. Chloe Lee Chambers Grant. Aaron Joseph Cipollina. Charlotte Alexandra Borlase-Lisk. Susanna Cliff. Alicia Florence Coyle. Sophie Cummings. Paris Kathleen Dobney. Outstanding Dissertation Prize for BA in Media Culture and Identity, Sam Davidson Pennington. Marcos Joel de Barros Cunga. María Inés de Oliveira Miranda. Amy Louise Davis Jenkins. Tigida Dial. Megan Lily Dixon. Martin Deans. Sara Dinardo. Henry Stephen Noel Dafferty. Emma Elizabeth Driscoll. Gulay Dusmith. Sigrid Eikevik Mortensen. Nadia El Hamashawi. Andre Estavillo. Jacqueline Fernandez. Alison Francis. Nikisha Galoria. Shelley Lejeune. Adrian Gluszowski. Diana Godunova. Noah Otterson. Jeslia Gomez. Isabella Ana Gonzaga. Jack Joshua Goodman. Emily Elizabeth Grant. Joy David Graver. Jordan Paul Gregory. Hayley Emma Guest. Liam Christopher Guy. Seo Hee Gwon. Ryan Halum. Chelsea Jade Harper. Rhiannon Harrod Reed. Kazem Hashemi. Alex James Henderson. Joshua Liam Heinley. Lauren Cleo Hunter. Sensabil Ismail. Chanel Shelley and Cassie. Ruby Kavanagh. Sophia Stella Kestinaki. Holly Killick. Ellis James King. Prize for Best Spanish Overall, Justina Katarzyna Klusz. Megan Knight. Best Student Prize for BA in Photography, Martina Ivanova-Kroshneva. Aina Hashmukla Lakmane. Luca Lane. Ariel Michelle Lupa. Lily Ivy Lovett. Ilham Mahmoud Ahmed Abdulrahim Mahmoud. Sophie Louise Maris. Sara Mozubala. Best Student Prize for BA in Photography, Ian Christopher McLellan Bastidas. Mohamed Kamran Mia. Mikhail Mihaili. Alexandra Mokzulska. Emily Jane Moga. Fatima Said Mohamud. Naimo Abdi Mohamed. Davide Montag. Marisela Morales Amuguaña. Michael Negus Ginaklu. Ella Martina Moreno. Sheima Mukhta. Catalina Ellen Murray. Farilla Nahar. Elsie Nyamba Ninemlin. Mars Nickley. Cynthia Shinwen Dune. Aileen Beth Oates. Christopher Harry O'Brien. Matthew Adam Pallet. Joelma Melissa Pereira Tavares. Wilfred Toe Bohane. Sylvia Pietraszkiewicz. Moner Shirin Pillay. The Gerard Weiler Prize for Best Personal Development Project and Prize for French Overall, Francesca Pinto. Matthew Joshua Popham. Sharku Rana. Irena Alexandrovna Rashiva. Jason Reeves. José Antonio Conor Dorrigo. Lucero Reyes Reyes. Georgia Richardson. Amina Rohmat. Prak Rajanisiwili. Evelyn Rojas Vanegas. Andre Lijedal Seitra. Aya Abbas Salame. Matilda Nessi Sande. Faisa Sakeb. Sophia Joanna Scale. Ta Seder. Heba Viviana Shakmak. Mirta Siloshi Esara. Southland's Student Leadership Award, Louis Blue Simmons. Stephen Andreas Sinimeri. Vesela Shlavsheva. Joseph Daniel Shafika. George Alexandru Smau. Taylor Alexandra Spalding. Victoria Cristina Stasek. Karolina Stanislavski. Shannon Savannah Stewart. Zaina Suklain. Leila Tarfi. Irmak Tafman. Yasmin Tayan Plans. Yasmin Tergu Alguacil. Natasha Louise Tiltman. Molly Kathleen Townsend. Nadia Lauren Tramontin. Erin Sean Trout. Kirill Vasilev. Nabila Bazir. Brian Felipe Vega Roman. Kajal Katia Vince. Jennifer Helen Claudia Wakeland. Luke Harvey Waters. Janina Lakishka Yadigi. Lilian Yahyawi. Numair Yaqub. Ayana Zamed. Asadullah Zarefi. Esther Mary Angel Zawidi. Nadia Catherine Zekmot. Roslana Shiliva. Degree of Bachelor of Science, Benedict Diumba Furai. Sade Lawal Adewale. Chancellor, this ends the conferment of awards. I would now like to invite the President of the Student Unions to say a few words, Daniel O'Donoghue.
Well, firstly, congratulations. Reaching today was no small feat. It is a day to celebrate, a day to remember, and a day to take pride in. But today is not about today. The end of any journey derives its importance not from the fact that it ends, but from the path that leads you there. Today marks the end of your Roehampton journey, and there are no others better placed to know or to understand the tremendous effort, dedication, and passion that you will have poured into your degree than the people sat with you here in this hall today, your peers, your academics, and your family and friends. As much as being an experience to the individual, university is also one of the collective. It is together that we have evolved, together that we have grown, and together that we can celebrate today. You not only belong to the Roehampton community, but you've helped define it and build it too, whether you studied on campus, online, or with one of our global partners. Many memories from university we all share in common. The satisfaction from finishing a paper, submitting that paper minutes before the deadline, the awkward icebreakers, the great friends, finding ourselves studying long after dark, countless nights spent procrastinating when we should be studying, trying something new, and of course that magical feeling after a big bop off Fez. Many of those memories are now behind us, but we'll carry the knowledge that they bestowed us long into our future. You may not realise it, but each and every one of you has left your mark and made an impact upon Roehampton. Your friends have had more fun, thanks to you. Your classmates have had more debate, thanks to you. And your lecturers will have learned much from you too. Getting your degree won't have been easy. There were ups and downs, highs and lows, and setbacks in success. Many of you will have studied while managing work and family life, and there will have been tough moments and hardship, but they make today so much more meaningful and impressive. You will always be a part of Roehampton, and we watch with eager anticipation the remarkable feats you will go on to achieve next. Be bold, be courageous in what you do, and be your best. Never forget how amazing you are, as the world is now yours to truly explore. It has been an honour. We love you, and we wish you all the very best of luck in the future. I hope you enjoy the rest of this special day with your family and friends, and I would now like to hand over to the Vice-Chancellor to close this ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, Daniel. And I would like to add my own personal congratulations to you ahead of your graduation tomorrow. As we come towards the end of our ceremony, I would like to take this last opportunity on behalf of the staff of the university to congratulate you all. You have proved your strength of character and your abilities by working hard and achieving your degree. Always remember that such a high award is not bestowed lightly by the university. You have earned it, so thank you for the hard work that has brought you here. Desmond Tutu said, "When you stand out in a crowd, it's only because you are being carried on the shoulders of others." And before I close, I am sure that you would also wish me to say a special thank you on behalf of everyone here to the support staff and your teachers whose efforts, enthusiasm and dedication have made today possible. So, I'm going to ask my colleagues to stand, and for all of you graduating today to thank them in the usual fashion. Thank you. Whatever award you have achieved, I have no doubt your success has required determination, commitment, and a capacity for sheer hard work. There may well have been times along the way where you felt you had reached a point where you just couldn't do any more. And then you found that actually you could. What you thought were your limits weren't limits at all. They were just new starting points. And that's what a good education is about. Finding reserves of strength you didn't know you had. Finding a confidence in yourself that you didn't have before. And finding new possibilities that didn't seem open to you until now. Your degree will have helped you develop the skills you will need not just for your first job, but for the career and life ahead of you. I encourage you to make the most of what is on offer to you as alumni of Roehampton. Today, you join the many thousands of graduates who are part of our global Roehampton community. Reach out to them to help you to support your future career, whichever path you take. And finally, there is one other group of people we need to thank. It's your supporters, your family, your friends, who have been with you, encouraging you with an online grocery order paid for, or fuel for the car, or an Oyster card top-up, or perhaps just a smile, a hug, or a word of advice. So, I'm going to ask our graduates to stand. And I would like our graduates to turn around to face your family or friends and thank them in the usual fashion. Thank you. At Roehampton, our values are rooted in our history and the heritage of our 4 colleges. They give us a very clear sense of our mission to help all our students, whatever their background, to achieve their potential, and for our academics to produce research that improves society. Much has changed throughout our history since our first college was created in 1841, but what hasn't changed are these very values and our commitment to you, our students. You have arrived today at what might seem like a crossroads, or, as Jacqueline said at the start of our ceremony, the beginning of a new chapter as one closes. You leave the ceremony today no longer Roehampton students, but Roehampton graduates. As the next phase of your journey begins, I encourage you to look back with pride at what you have achieved. Be proud, because we're proud of you. This is also your opportunity to make your future about what's not only important to you, but to society, This is what Roehampton graduates do. I often describe Roehampton as an engine of social progress. But it's not us, the staff, that make the greatest difference to society. It's you, our graduates, who will, through the values and character you have developed with us, make the world a better place. I urge you to be creative and adaptable. You will face a world of opportunities and challenges that none of us here in this room can truly predict. But as you start the next phase of your journey, as Roehampton graduates, ask yourself, what is important to you and to the communities around you? How can I improve not only my life, but the lives of the people around me? Your generation, the class of 2019 graduates, will make decisions that will shape our future. You will become leaders, team players, influencers, and change makers. Whatever your choice, we wish you every success on your journey, and we'll watch you with pride. So once again, many congratulations. The ceremony for the conferment of degrees is now closed.